at Caesar's Palace, Dubai.
Nice. You haven't got a cocktail though, have you?
Yeah, it was a Cuba Libre.
Oh,
or a Diet Coke.
nice.
Morning, everybody. Hope you're all well. We're just going to wait for you all to finish coming in. Just while we're waiting, just make sure you just change your drop down to everybody so we can all say good morning to each other and see everything that we post. And then any questions that you've got. This is a Solus webinar today. So you've got Caesar's Palace Dubai and you've got Ian that's going to be going through the hotel, all the key selling points, everything with you. So any questions, they're just aimed at him today. So fire away and pop them into the Q&A rather than in chat, just so that we can see exactly all the questions. Morning, everybody. Morning from Milan, Miss Massimiliano. I can't even pronounce your name. I'm so sorry. What's good morning in Italian?
No idea. Can't help you with that.
I can manage the French, German.
Yeah, I could do it in French.
French, German, Spanish, obviously English. Okay, everybody, I'm going to let Ian introduce himself. We're going to start the Caesar's Palace Dubai Solus webinar today. Ian, over to you. Transport us to paradise.
So first up, I'll just say hello. I'm based in the UK. We've got the hotel obviously on Blue Waters Island. I'll show you that when I start the presentation. You can contact me, through MBR. So if you've got any questions afterwards, we'll deal with the questions on here. But happy for you to email me. There's, the hotel's changing quite quickly, and there were many changes over lockdown, and that's still sort of ongoing. But if you've got any questions, just ask me. Let me get my screen up so we can start. Give me a second. There we go. Okay, so we're now called Caesar's Palace Dubai, and it's only a small change from what it was before, but over the next few slides I'll show you how we did change during lockdown. So you may have been familiar with the property before lockdown, and whilst the buildings and so on are the same, the way we have sort of positioned ourselves and our competitive set and the way the rooms are presented and so on, that's all changed. So that's what I'm going to go through. So first of all, and I think maybe most important, is our location. This is Blue Waters Island. Behind you can see the skyline, which is mostly the marina. And from Blue Waters, you can walk over a bridge and you're on JBR, which, if you know JBR, it's like a pretty lively place. It's a public beach, but then there's loads of shops and cafes and bars and restaurants and so on. So you can walk over the bridge from Blue Waters, JBR, and there's also a road that comes from Sheikh Zayed Road onto our island. The island itself, called Blue Waters, has got hundreds of shops and cafes, restaurants, and especially in the winter, there's all kinds of family activities as well along the coastline. You can see in the middle there, it's called Ain Dubai, but most people just call it the Dubai Eye. And it's much bigger than the one in London. The pods, a lot of them are themed. So there is one that's like a Caesar's Palace one as well, but some of them are meeting rooms, some of them are gyms, some of them sort of owned or run by other brands, such as Lego have one. So there's all kinds of opportunities that you can have just on the wheel. And below the wheel is Madame Tussauds as well. So they're all quite new on this island. The beach, you can see, is exclusive to us. It's 500 meters long. And from where the photograph has been taken, you can turn around and you'll see that we've just got an open view into the Arabian Gulf. If you're in somewhere like Ritz-Carlton or one and only Royal Mirage, you're kind of looking over the construction of the new cruise terminal these days. So their views are pretty well compromised, and we have what we call an unobstructed view from the beach. And also you can see the properties. So if you've got a sea view, you just all you're going to see is the water. So it is pretty nice. The buildings on the right are residential, so they're not ours, but you can see on the far left, it's Julius Tower, and in the middle there with the pool is Palace Tower. And I'll talk about both of those over the next few minutes. So, I don't think I clicked. I bet there's no sound here. Can I just go back and put some sound on? Let's see. Any sound? No sound, it's just music, so you're not getting so there was no sound. I apologize, but it was just music, so you're okay. So Blue Waters Island, you can see, is just off the marina area, and like I said, JBR. We're the only hotel on the island, and there's no plans for any more. And we're pretty close to the palm and so on. So the location is pretty unique, and like I said, you can see there the unobstructed views of the ocean. So it's a beautiful location and quite unique, to be honest, where we're not looking over any construction. So I want to specifically talk first, before I get into sort of the images, about what we've changed during lockdown. We'd like to see ourselves as one hotel, and we call Caesar's Palace Dubai. Previously, you might remember Caesar's Resort and Caesar's Palace, so that's gone. Within Caesar's Palace Dubai, we have two towers, one called Julius and one called Palace. And previously, there were some benefits of staying in Caesar's Palace, but that's gone now. So when you're selling this hotel, there are no benefits of staying in one tower over the other. Everybody can use every facility in the entire resort. There's no restrictions, there's no benefits. So don't let that persuade you to choose one tower over another. Cove Beach is still in the middle. It's not owned by Caesar's Palace. And whilst that used to be a benefit for people staying in Caesar's Palace, it's no longer the case. So wherever you're staying, you will still have to pay to get into Cove Beach Club, just as anybody coming from outside the hotel, they would have to pay also. However, in front of Julius Tower, there's going to be, I think it might be finished actually, Caesar's Palace Dubai Beach Club. So, and that will be free for hotel guests. The other thing which changes regularly actually, but at the minute, breakfast is always taken in Bacchanal, which is in Julius Tower. Bacchanal is the same buffet restaurant and our only buffet restaurant, which came from Las Vegas. And well, actually, when I mentioned Vegas, it is our sister hotel, but that's where it ends. This property was built actually to be a Jumeirah hotel. So the rooms are more like a Jumeirah hotel, and there's nothing here other than some sort of Caesar touches, which are similar with Vegas. So don't think about that. Hell's Kitchen, traditionally we've had breakfast in there as well, and I'm sure that will come back. That's Gordon Ramsay. And just to remind you, there's no change on half board. So there are 9 restaurants that you can use half board, and the only one that carries a supplement right now anyway is Hell's Kitchen by Gordon Ramsay. So the rooms, obviously we've not changed the rooms, but what we would ask you to do when selling is understand what the consumer's looking for and then match the room. And it might be in one tower, it might be in the other. but the sort of the titles of the rooms are consistent across both. And the rooms, in terms of facilities, are very similar. They're different sizes, but the facilities are quite similar. So both towers, 5-star luxury and so on and so forth. So you have a Julius Deluxe King or Twin and a Palace Deluxe King or Twin. So the same room, different towers. And they don't have an ocean view. The Julius Ocean King and Palace Ocean King, same room type, but just with an ocean view. And all of those are designed for 2+1. Caesar's Palace Tower is much bigger than Julius. However, half of the room, as you'll see in the images shortly, are made up from the bathroom. So the space around the bed is less than you would find in Julius Tower. So even though Julius is a little bit cheaper, sometimes the space is a bit more convenient. Of course, both towers have suites, ocean suites specifically. There is a deluxe suite in Julius which doesn't have an ocean view, but otherwise ocean suites. And you can get a fourth, I should say, person to stay in that room. And then for families, yeah, you can put the extra person in the room, but we've got family suites as well and family bedrooms as well. So there's two, and what they are is just 2 rooms connected, but we can guarantee the connection. So there's a Julius family 2-bedroom and a 2-bedroom suite, and also the same, and also an ocean suite as well. And all of those are, you can get 5 people plus an infant. Beyond that, we have residential suites, which some of you might sell, and the royal suite as well. So yeah, so get the right room before you get the right tower, I think is the best advice with that. So in total, Palace Tower is the bigger, 194, smaller, 194 rooms and suites. Julius Tower, 301. The residences, they're long stay. So you can book them, but they're not really for a holiday. They're for people who are staying like a month or longer. 9 restaurants and bars, like I said, event spaces, the private beach, and you can get pool service like drinks and food onto the beach as well, and 5 swimming pools, plus 2 kids pools. So we'll look at Palace Tower first, and you can see how close we are on that picture there to the Ain Dubai behind us, and in front there obviously is the pool. When you come in through the front door, this is the reception, and actually this shows how we've got the Caesars brand throughout the resort and the hotel. The face there and some of the other bits that just sort of quite subtly really reflect Caesars as a brand, and we're just doing a little bit more of that as time goes on actually. And when you open the 2 doors in front of you off the lobby, this is when we talk about our uninterrupted views. This is the main pool, and the view is pretty spectacular really. The cabanas, around the side are all payable, but there are many other sort of regular sun lounges on the beach and around the pool. This is actually 3 pools. You can see the high one here. There's a slightly lower one in front, and then there's another one over to the left that you can see. The one on the left is a little bit quieter. And that's the same pool structure, but taken backwards. And you can see here, and this is the same in both towers, it's like a horseshoe shape. So all of those rooms that you can see there will have an ocean view. There'll be some others on the side that will also have an ocean view, but the ones at the back, naturally they'll overlook the wheel, and they're the ones that are not ocean view. But you can see the layout is pretty beautiful, really. So inside Palace, this is just an Ocean King, and you can see the ocean view. The bathroom on the left, those do close for privacy, but you can see the bathroom is the full length of the bedroom actually. And this might remind you of a Jumeirah hotel, so the browns and the yellows and so on and all kinds of different, products and amenities and things that you'd expect in a five-star hotel. And when I say five-star hotel, we were previously sort of competing with some of the Palm hotels like Sofitel and Antara, maybe Waldorf Astoria. But with the changes that have happened, your best option if you're going to try and cross-sell, because the consumer doesn't really know who we are, but then you're looking at Mandarin Oriental, Al Naseem, Ritz-Carlton, and maybe one and only Royal Mirage. But out of all of those, we're the only one that's got the uninterrupted, no construction views. Same picture, same room rather, but you can see the length of the bathroom with the bath at the end with the sea views. And then the Palace Ocean Suite. So the bathroom is behind the bedroom on the right-hand side, but you get the living room again with the sea views. Suites, the design is very, very similar in terms of colours, but you obviously have a lot more space here. You've got 2 bedrooms and 3-bedroom suites, presidential suites. So the layout and the amenities are exactly the same. And then on here you also have the private jacuzzi and sun terrace, which is nice because the sun sets just in front of the hotel. And in the picture on the right, you can see, way in the distance, you can see Atlantis just on the left. And to the right is I think it's nearly finished, but it's the construction of the Royal Atlantis, which is their new one. And then the Royal Suite, which I think is mostly reserved for Sheikh Mohammed, to be honest, but it is available as well. And that's inside the presidential suite. So the restaurants, as I said, wherever you stay, whichever tower you're in, you can use all the restaurants. But Hell's Kitchen is located in Palace Tower, Gordon Ramsay. I'm certain it'll be open for breakfast and also for dinner. And this is the only hotel, the only restaurant we have that's got a supplement. Zenway is dim sum and Pan Asian. Tables outside especially for the winter and also inside. Havana, this is the main nightlife really in Caesars. So it's Cuban themed and the food is Cuban and the music's Cuban and the design and the layout is Cuban. It's adults only and it only opens at 7 p.m. and it stays open quite late. So if you want to go out and have a few drinks, this is probably the best place to go. And then Roman Lounge, this is just beside reception really. But you can get sandwiches and burgers and various things like that and cocktails and drinks. And with the seats outside, once again, you've got the same view over the swimming pool and then onto the Gulf. So in Julius Tower, this picture is old because there are no cabins on the wheel. So remember, this is old. And this is also where the brand new Caesars Palace Dubai Beach Club is going to be. And as I say, I think it might be finished, but I'll have to update you on that. And inside the lobby of Julius Tower, it's a little bit more colourful. And in here, you'll find people more like with their beach bags and just on a regular holiday. Whereas Palace, it just feels a little bit more sophisticated, maybe because of the colours and some of the design features. This is the main pool, which is right in front of Julius Tower and straight onto the beach. And so you can see here, because there's a regular bathroom, the colours are different, but you've got actually more space. So this is the Ocean King, 40 square meters. Yeah, and there's just more space. The colours are different, and it's just got what we would call a regular bathroom. The amenities are the same as you would find in Palace Tower. And then the suite is obviously the same bedroom with the same view, the ocean suite, but with a living room, so you've got more space and you can put another bed in there as well. The 2-bedroom suite has got obviously a larger living room, 2 bedrooms, and it's just two connecting rooms, so the bedrooms are the same as the ones I just showed you. So this is Bacchanal. It's one of the restaurants that we've taken from Vegas, and it's, like I said, it's primarily there for breakfast because it's a buffet and there's food from all over the world in here. And so, yeah, it's just a nice place to have breakfast. And again, there are seats, many seats outside as well. Cleo's table is Mediterranean, indoor, outdoor dining, but the food, you can see the chefs, they cook live in front of you. And it's some lovely Mediterranean food and nice wines. We've got two pool bars. So Fortuna is the one in front of Palace Tower, and Neptune is in front of Julius Tower. They're both very similar, and obviously, whether you're on the beach or around the pool, they're the ones that are serving, and you can see on the picture there, the kind of food and the cocktails and the drinks. This would be included in half board. So if you wanted to take your lunch as half board and then go out somewhere for dinner, then you can do that. And then this is the lobby lounge in Julius Tower. Similar, so inside tables and chairs, and also outside with the view over the Julius pool. So kids, so we are a big family hotel, and there's no doubt about that. So on the beach, you know, we have lots of water sports and activities that kids can do and families can do. We have the family rooms that I've just spoken about. There are kids menus in all the restaurants. And then we have two kids clubs actually. They're both in Julius Tower, just beside the pool. And the Empire Kids clubs are 0 to 12. And the only fee really is, you know, if it's a baby that's requiring like a babysitter, there is a cost with that. But otherwise, for your kids, this is free. And as I say, they've got activities indoors, but also they go out into the pool. And if it's not too hot, they're on the beach as well. And then for teenagers, it's called Rome. And it's got lots of sort of Xboxes in here, and air hockey and table tennis, and a lot of the kids just hang out in here really. And there is staff to make sure they're okay, but the kids in here seem to be able to do their own thing usually. Obviously, kids club stuff on the beach with the unobstructed view, which I keep mentioning. The spa is something else that we brought from Las Vegas. It's the same name, it's the same products. There are things in here that you don't get anywhere else. You know, they use gold in some of the treatments. There are 8 treatment rooms. Regardless of where you're staying, this is a paid experience. Whereas previously it was free if you were, well, the wet facilities were free for palace guests, but everybody, excuse me, everybody pays to come in here now. And you can see there's lots of space, and like I said, 8 treatment rooms. So it's a pretty nice experience if you're into spas. So I will talk about residences. The building is kind of an extension of Palace Tower, really. So on your left there is the lobby and the entrance into Palace Tower. Residences have their own swimming pool, as you can see. And same facilities as everybody else, same half board options as everybody else. It's no different, other than the rooms have got kitchens, and there's you can get things like delivery from the local supermarkets and things like that. So it's a bit more self-catering really, but you do have access to all the restaurants as well. And the design is the same as Palace. Same color scheme, same beds, everything else. And that's the lobby. Yeah. So another old picture because of the wheel, but so this is Cove Beach. It's right bang in the middle of the 2 towers. It has its own restaurants, it's got its own bar. You can see it's got its own swimming pool, it's got its own sun lounges. And the music in here it's a bit like an Ibiza sort of beach club. So it's not really for kids, it's, you know, it's an adult only place. but it's got quite a nice vibe. It's very chilled out, and a lot of people will come from outside of the hotel to experience this. I think lots of hotels have got beach clubs, and they're all a bit different. So so this is ours, and it's just a really nice option if you don't want to have kids around you whilst you're having some food or swimming. And that's the same, that's also Cove Beach Club. And so we're getting towards the end now, but so with our Caesars branding, like I said, we are sister hotels. We don't have a casino, obviously, and we're not as busy and we're not as crowded as the one in Las Vegas. But we've got some certain touches, whether they're plant shades or plant plots, or the faces, the big foot under the stairs, and you'll get little touches inside the bedrooms as well, like the picture on the wall. So you'll realise that you're in Caesar's Palace and you're not in Jumeirah just because of some of the decorations, I guess. And I think that's it. So just remember, if you're cross-selling off the Palm, we're going to be more expensive, so that's not going to work. If you're cross-selling from Al Nassim, one and only, Ritz-Carlton or Mandarin Oriental, then it's very, very worth presenting Caesar's Palace to your customers, talking about the unobstructed view and talking about our sort of private location on the island. We're quite different from the others, but with the same quality level and obviously the same service level that you'd expect in Dubai as well. So that's it. Thank you. And I guess Sarah's going to share some of the questions. Sarah.
I'm back. Thank you very much, Ian. So far, we haven't got any questions. Has anybody got anything for Ian? Any clients that are going out or anything further that you need to add? I know you've covered quite a lot today, Ian. So it may be covered everything in your presentation.
Well, maybe. Things like you can get your COVID jab if it's 300 dirhams, I think, but you can get your COVID jab for your return flights as well. The staff are amazing. The rooms are beautiful, but like I said at the start, whereas before we sold the two different towers separately, as if it was a different audience for each. Whereas now I think it's just important to pick the right room, and don't worry too much about which tower it's in, because all the benefits are the same, and the restaurants are the same, and the bars are the same, and the beaches are the same. So it's just getting the right room, and the service levels are the same. There's no difference. It's just, what's the right space? That's all.
Okay. Cool. We've got a question that's come through from Rudolph. Do you sell B&B, half board, full board, and all inclusive?
There's no all inclusive and there's no full board. So the main contracts will be bed and breakfast. However, like every hotel in Dubai, we've almost always got half board upgrades, free upgrades. So just look out for those, but all the operators should just actually, when you look at the price, it should be a half board price. Certainly it is now with everybody.
And for the half board, are all of the dinner options included? Was it just the Gordon Ramsay one that wasn't?
No, they're all included on the half board, and everyone will have a special half board menu as well. So so if you're saying that your dinner is half board, you can go wherever you want, and they'll give you a special menu, which is for half board customers, and there's just the supplement that you pay to go into House Kitchen, but the others are just part of the half board program. Super,
that's good. Very good. We've got a question from Kathleen. How long would it take to get from the hotel to the Dubai Expo?
We're on the right side of Dubai, and it's very easy to get off our island. So I would probably say about 15 or 20 minutes. So it's the same as going towards Dubai Parks and Resorts. It's in that part of Dubai, as if you were on your way to Abu Dhabi. So from Caesars, get off the island and turn right, so you're not going anywhere near the marina or the sort of the traffic in Dubai. Go the other way, and about 15 or 20 minutes. And the expo, by the way, is worth a visit. It's on for 6 months. It opened in October, and it's pretty spectacular. So if you need a reason to go in the next 4 or 5 months, then you really should.
Super.
The other thing I should say is if you're staying in Caesars Palace Dubai, then you get free entry onto Ain Dubai, onto the wheel. Whereas if you're coming from outside, obviously you have to pay.
Okay.
So that's a benefit regardless of where you're staying. Yeah.
Okay. Noelle's asked, how long is the walk to JBR over the bridge?
It's 5 minutes, 6 minutes to get to the bridge, and then 3 minutes over the bridge. So from the hotel to be on JBR, it's a 10-minute walk. It's really easy, and actually from that side of Blue Waters, the view, especially at night when all the JBR is lit up and the marinas all lit up, the view is spectacular, and it's a great photo opportunity from the bridge back over JBR. But in 10 minutes, you're on the beach in front of the new Address Hotel, which is beautiful, by the way, with the infinity pool on the roof, and the Sofitel next door. And then then you're on JBR. And JBR's got countless bars and nightclubs. There's a great nightclub in the Rixos down there. It's a good place to be.
Super. Okay, we've got a question from Celine. Bonjour, Celine. You're up very early this morning. How is the hotel tax calculated, and is it payable only at the hotel?
So we're the same as every other hotel in Dubai, so it's no different. And I think for us, as a 5-star hotel, it's per room, and I think it's and don't quote me on this, but I think it's like 20 dirhams per night. And like I said, every hotel in Dubai has it. It's less expensive if you're in a 4-star or a 3-star. It's not a huge amount of money, but that funds provides some of the marketing budget that Dubai use. And you pay it at the hotel, you can't pay it in advance. So when you check out, you'll see it on your bill at checkout.
Okay, super. Are all of the staff in the hotel vaccinated?
Yes.
Yeah, then that's mandatory.
Yeah, and they'll all be wearing masks as well.
Super. Some good questions there.
And as I say, we have like a healthcare facility in, I think it's in Palace actually. And yeah, if you need to get a jab to get your flight back, then you can do that here as well. It's like I said, it's 300 dirhams.
Super. We don't seem to have any more questions at the moment. So unless anything comes through in the next couple of seconds. Oh, I think we've just got one. Is the bar available at the hotel? Yes.
Yeah. So you've got, so there's the 2 lounges that we talked about that are just one off one lobby and one off the other lobbies. So they're bars, and they're open late, and they have live music, and you can get food there as well. And they have things like gin nights and cocktail nights and all sorts of things. So those 2 bars are really popular. And then for the, obviously you can drink when you're having dinner in any restaurant. You can drink around the pool from the pool bars. And then you've got the Havana Social Club, which is the main one, which has got the later license and adults only. So yeah, alcohol is widely available. And actually we're talking about, and this I shouldn't really say, but I will do. We're talking about opening a lounge. So a lot of other hotels, like One and Only, for example, if you're staying in a certain room type, you can have access to the lounge where it's free alcohol and snacks and so on. And we don't have that right now, but that is very much on the agenda.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah,
like
which will be huge because the UK like to have a drink. So if there's a free bar open on the top of the hotel, then that's where they're going to go.
Yep, go for sundowners because they're not normally open between certain times, aren't they? So you can get
exactly. And it's usually pre-dinner. So actually for a pre-dinner drink, it's ideal.
Yeah, super. Okay, we'll keep posted for that then. So let us know as soon as that's
there's lots under development. So we're building villas, we're building like I said, the new beach club, there's the lounge that's going to open. So yeah, there's the developments, you can't see it, but there are new things coming as well.
Excellent. Somebody's just asking for your email address. I'm just putting it into here, but as well, I'll send the recording out and Ian will be copied in. So if you have any further questions, you can just reply to him on that email as well.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like we don't have any further questions, but as soon as I've uploaded the video, I'll get everything sent out for you.
You got one more question.
Celine's asked you have the Las Vegas theme names. Why is that?
Well, the Caesars, they own 50 or 49% of the hotel. And they do have a say in the decisions that we make and what we do and so on. And we don't want to sort of distance ourselves from the brand. We're just not like the product in Las Vegas. So yeah, we've got Caesars as our name, and we've got some sort of token gestures to Caesars around, and some of the names, you're right, some of the names the same as they have in Vegas as well. But the experience is yeah, but the experience is worlds apart. You shouldn't compare.
Okay, we'll have to come and see it for ourselves.
Yeah, we do film trips. Yeah, DTCM just took a group of people out maybe 2 weeks ago, and some of the tour operators have got plans as well. Yeah,
super. And of course we can log bookings and get a free night.
CaesarsAgentRewards.co.uk.
Yeah,
and for 3 bookings each, a minimum length of stay of 3 days, 3 nights, you get a point, and when you've got 3 of those, you can have a free night at the hotel.
Super, very exciting.
Yeah,
so
lots going on. Yeah, and one more, sorry, I know you're all probably wanting to go back, just sort of to help all of you really to learn about the product. We've got a big campaign coming up, starting with travel counsellors. I don't know whether anybody here is a travel counsellor, but also with Advantage and also inside Travel Weekly. So for the first time ever, we're spending quite a lot of money just to talk to travel agents, which we've never done before, and also MBR.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on which is trade focused, and we've got consumer stuff as well, but the trade focus is very new for us, which I think we should all be quite pleased about, really.
No, it's a great sign, especially when we know that hotels want to work with us, and destinations as well. It's very, very positive, because we know that we can reach out if we've got any questions. So yeah.
And if you're ever in Dubai and you're not staying with us, we'll happily show you around and give you a day pass to sit by our beach and pool. So that's another opportunity if you're staying somewhere else.
Perfect. Okay, well, I don't think there's any more questions.
One more.
One more come in. Every time I say that. What is the hotel offers for ex-bikes? I don't think I understand that.
Maybe expats.
Expats.
So if it's expats, that's like British people living there. And same as everybody else, if that's what she means, same as everybody else. So if they're not resident in the hotel, they can buy a day pass. That said, the hotel is full until January. So even if you wanted to buy a day pass, you can't do that until January.
No, she says she means bikes, BYKES.
Oh, if she means, is that something that you ride? We don't have that. You would walk around the resort, and you'd walk through blue waters, and you'd walk to the beach. Yeah, we don't, the sports are things like, we've got jet skis and kind of sailing boats and all that kind of stuff. But we haven't got bikes, if that's what she means. Yeah, I presume so. If not, she's got your contact details. She can drop you an email. Okay, well, super. Well, thank you very much for your time today, Ian. It's been lovely to see you and to go through everything. And yeah, we just need to keep sending all of the bookings your way now for Dubai. Yeah, so. I mean, the hotel's not new, but for consumers, it is. So we recognise and we appreciate there's a bit of a challenge if somebody's booking Al Naseem Jumeirah, which is beautiful. It's quite tricky to get them to consider Caesars, Palace Dubai. So now you know what we've got and how we are and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully it's a conversation that you can have. Yeah, definitely. It's a lot easier when we know it, and we do appreciate the time. So thank you very, very much. And thank you to everybody that's taken the time today. And for those of you that really wanted the copy of the recording, because I know the time difference is crazy for some of you. So I'll send that out on email, and enjoy watching. And any questions, just drop in a quick email. Yeah. So thank you, and we'll see you soon. We've got another webinar coming up soon with you, haven't we? So look out for Ian. He'll be around. So if you do have any questions as well, you can ask him on the next ones. Cool. So thanks a lot. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Bye. Thanks, Ian. Good update. Yeah, thanks.